There are so many things that just frustrates the mess out of me, and I know that there's nothing that I can do about it. We're in Johnson City, Tennessee, and we just did an impromptu visit, at least I did, riding with my daughter to come bring my grandchildren back to Kentucky. And then we decided, well, she was coming here to Tennessee, so I decided to ride with her. So I hope you enjoy this. Let me know in the comments if you've ever been here. There are so many things that just frustrates the mess out of me, and I know that there's nothing that I can do about it. I get frustrated when I see things on the news where people are causing harm and there's wars going on that shouldn't even be happening. And there's people that are homeless and struggling, and then there's people or couples that are going through strife and all these different things. And most of the time it's because both people are in pain and they don't really know how to communicate, nor do they have any ability to recognize how they are causing harm to their partner. So when I hear about things like that, that frustrates me. And all these different things, make it difficult, to enjoy whatever day I had planned. And I'm always looking for ways to, release some of that frustration, because a lot of the things that I'm frustrated about, I really can't do anything about. There's so many things that are just not in my control. And because of that, I have to find ways to stay healthy, mentally, physically, and spiritually happy and healthy. And one of the biggest ways that I have found that works for me and has worked when I was either overly anxious or very low and depressed, and that is grounding. Grounding is probably the most effective way to get your body back in alignment. And it's so reparative and so restorative. There's so many benefits that I don't even want to go listing all of them because this video will be very long. But one thing I can tell you is we walk around with shoes on, socks on, we be in buildings, in houses and things like that, and we are so far removed from the actual earth, meaning the dirt, the grass, sand, water, that we don't have the ability to release all of this energy that's in us that shouldn't be in us and uptake what we really need in our body to repair it and restore it. So I'm hoping that people will at least give it a try. A lot of times the treatments that people prescribe to help people with mental illness or physical impairments and things like that, a lot of those things are, trial and error. And a lot of times the treatments are just really theories. We don't know if this thing or that thing is going to work for this person or that person. But the one thing that has to happen first is for somebody to try it. I can't teach anybody anything, nor can anybody teach someone something. Teaching and learning really comes from experiencing or doing something. When you go through an experience or you have a situation, everything that you do, you will learn something from that. So what I would hope for somebody to do is to try grounding, try earthing, take your shoes off and put your feet against the earth and let yourself be restored. Let your body be restored. If you started, before you started, and say one day you feeling frustrated or irritated and angry or whatever it is, just try it. If you don't have access to, maybe a backyard or front porch or something like that, I would imagine that you at least have the option to go to a park. Now, if you have some kind of physical issue that doesn't allow that to happen, maybe you can get somebody to take you somewhere and take your shoes off and touch the earth. And if you do that, at least try that. And I don't know what time limit or how long it will help, but I do know for me, if I do it even for 10, 15 minutes, I feel a lot better than I did prior to doing it. But you have to remember, your body has to be hydrated. So you definitely need to have water that's infused with minerals. And then when you go put your feet on the earth, you will get those other minerals that you need, but you need the water because, we're electromagnetic and we need that to help do what it do. I don't know all the fancy terms or the information that connects to it that makes it work. I don't really need to know that. I just know how I feel when I ground. And I believe that we should ground every single day because our phones give off energy. Our devices, computers, TVs, all those things give off energy. And we don't need those types of energy or charges in our body. We need to discharge from all of that and then get an uptake of what we need by planting and grounding our feet into the earth. So try it and see. Try it and see. And if you do it, if you tried even for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, let me know in a comment how you felt before and how you felt after doing that. And if you do it multiple days, I would love for you to save this video, come back and let me know. I don't care whether people like my videos or subscribe or do any of that. That's not even important. There's so much happening on this earth right now that I just want for people to get themselves better. Get themselves better. And if you're in pain or you're experiencing trauma, I would hope that you would get support from someone that can help you to navigate that, because All of these things are theories, but we do know that our body is full of charges that needs to be discharged. And that's just scientific facts. Research it for yourself if you want to, but you'll learn something from it if you actually do it. You'll learn that it works, or you learn that it doesn't work. You'll learn that you got something from it. You will learn something from that. And that's when you can share with other people how it worked for you. We're walking around here frustrated and irritated and angry at the world. And right now we're trying to control other people. We're trying to tell people what to do and all these type of things. And it's ruining relationships. And one thing I understand is nobody on this planet wants to be controlled by anybody, And instead of you trying to communicate what you want somebody to do, you need to be focusing on yourself and figure out what you need to do to take care of yourself so you could better engage with other people in this life. And not only that, I hope people get to a point where they stop making people hate themselves. Because it's like people always telling somebody what they need to do for me, what they need to do for themselves, instead of focusing on themselves to take care of themselves. Because you got to be self-aware, self-managed, and self-controlled. And if you're not self-aware, self-managed, and self-controlled, you need to get there, right? You need to get there. I need to get there. You need to be aware that you're out of control with yourself and stop telling somebody else what they need to do with their life and figure out what you need to do with your own, right? Because that way you will be better able to show up in relationships, healthier. That's just me from what I've experienced in my life and trying to help myself. So I stopped at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I am sitting outside of the wedding venue because this area is very dark and I don't want to be driving to pick her up and not familiar with the area. I was not invited because I don't know these people. My daughter works with the people who she's attending the wedding for. And when I pulled up to drop my daughter off, they did invite me to come in. And I'm like, I am not dressed, and nor do I want to be dressed. I don't want to do these events. One thing about camping and hiking and traveling solo is you just can really learn to enjoy the company of yourself. And that's what I'm doing. I'd rather sit in this SUV that I would camp in than to be sitting in there at a wedding reception. That's not my thing. Got to get my vegetables. I got the jerk traditional wings, and then I got just boneless wings. They're spicy. And these are the spicy garlic. But they're the boneless ones. Now, I did not realize there was a little farm out here. So I get to eat and I get a show. Probably doesn't really look dark, but it's getting dark outside. And people are starting to leave the reception. So, but I am so comfortable and cozy. Oh my goodness. It is really getting strange that I like being in a vehicle instead of being in some event or party. I don't know. Must be me getting older. This is me being comfy and cozy, watching Netflix, waiting for the wedding reception to be over. And I just feel like I'm in my element.
We in this game or not?
The solution I built to block Max and Jones's DNA from coming back together, it's working.
And in the meantime, everyone, good mental health, good spiritual health, and as always, good physical health. Y'all take great care.